Hello, y'all. What's up, moms? It's your girl, Sharita, the Behavior and Literacy Strategist, coming at you from the Morgan Unlimited Growth Institute. You know how we do it, where you can find solutions for your child's behavior and literacy challenges. What's up? I want to talk to y'all real quick because one of my students had a breakthrough today. Listen. I always talk to y'all about how important it is for children to read aloud. Okay, that's a practice that has dwindled over the years, and then they're not required to read in class. All my students read aloud. My kids read aloud. My students read aloud. Nobody gets to sit it out, because how would I know how they read, and how I'll be able to coach them if I'm not hearing them? And then we provide an environment. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Happy early Thanksgiving, lady. How are you? Come on in here because I want to talk to y'all briefly about this. This is so important, okay? We provide an environment, and this is what we need to do in classrooms. We need to do this as a home, as moms, to build that confidence. A lot of people think it's important to not force children. You said we're forced a lot. Not force children to read aloud, because they might be embarrassed. It might be hard. That's where they are right now. That's because they make mistakes. That's because they're having trouble and they're struggling through the words with no progress. So what we need to do, how are we going to get them to the point where they are confident reading aloud? They're making progress. They're excited to read. Everybody's raising their hand to read. I have to tell them I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Whoever guesses this number can read first. You know what I mean? Because they all want to read, okay? How do we get them there? Well, we have to make sure they read aloud. Have them read in front of an audience. But have a game plan so that they're learning how they read. They're learning their own reading habits. They're learning their reading patterns. They're learning from you. And the teachers do this too. This is great. Your reading is really good. But I noticed that you need to do this. Just tweak this, okay? Practice it right now. Now do it again, right? So that they have a game plan. My students are like, all right, I got it. Let me do it myself, Ms. Street. Let me do it myself, okay? All right? So make them read aloud in front of an audience. Now I'm going to tell you about one of my students today, one of my high school students. He just went into 9th grade, and he was struggling with reading, and I've been working with him for a while, right? But he was in class just not doing what he had to do and not listening and stuff like that. So, Mr. Reader, you know I work on behavior too. Oh, you need some more sections with me then, huh? So you're going to have some more sections, and I had him writing a book, okay? He was copying the book, and at the time, he was upset because he just looked at it as, a punishment, a consequence, discipline, right? But our kids do need discipline. They do. But whenever I give a consequence to my students, it's growing them academically at the same time. While he's writing that book, copying that book down, okay? And I'm like, I better see that pencil moving, Cheryl. I better see that pencil moving. Every time I look at you, that pen better be moving, that pencil better be moving. I had him writing this down for a week. He's not only writing, but he's also reading. He's not only reading, but he's also spelling. He's working through words. He's seeing the same words over and over again and writing them and spelling them out. I tell my students, good readers are good writers, good writers are good readers. So we write everything down all the time, okay? We're always writing. So today, after he fought for a while and then for a week he started doing it and doing what he's supposed to do, I had him read aloud. His reading had improved. His reading had improved because he was forced to slow down and pay attention. He was forced to write it. He was forced to spell it. You know what I mean? That word force, you guys say all the time. Like, we don't want to force kids to do anything. This is discipline. This is structure. This is growth. At the time, he didn't know how much he would benefit from this. So he was fighting. Our kids don't know. When they resist things and they say they don't like something, they don't want to do it, and they put up a fuss and a fight, and then we just let them chill, right? What they just did was give up. You understand? So when you raise the expectations and you raise the standards and you're like, no, you're going to do this. This is what you got to do. Get on it. Okay? And I was bugging him throughout the week. I was texting his parents. I'm like, don't let him sleep late on Saturday. have him get up, do some chores, copy that book, email it to me. He was tired of me. Let me tell you, he was tired of me. But today, I had him read. He read so good, okay? You should have seen the smile on his face, Cheryl. I was like, I felt it myself. I felt so proud of him, and I told him, but nothing can match. I can't describe to y'all the feeling of working with children, working with teenagers, and them getting past that fight, them not wanting to do something, and putting up a big fuss about it, and struggling to the where they get past that hump, and they're doing it now, and they're doing it. They're not fighting anymore, and they are realizing themselves how much they improved. They're realizing themselves what they accomplished. The smile on his face, he was so happy, and I was so happy for him. And I was like, is your mom home? He's like, yeah. I said, do me a favor, go find mom and ask her if you can read to her. I want you to read to her. He went and read to her. He came back, smile even bigger. He said, she said that I'm reading better. I read much better than the last time. She was happy. I said, okay, good job. I said, all right, now call your dad, okay? Call your dad and then read to him, okay? And he was like, what? Like, that's so random. Just call like I want to read to me. You know what I mean? So this is the comfort zone that they're getting out of. In a moment, he don't know what he's going to feel when he does this. He doesn't know what his dad's going to feel. He doesn't know what his dad is going to say to him. He doesn't know any of that, okay? But I pushed him. I do push my students because I'm pushing them to greatness. All kids have greatness inside of them. All kids have that next level where I'm just like, wow, I did that, okay? And if we let them stay in their comfort zone, we let them dictate what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. We worry about if they don't like it, if they don't want to do it, and we stay with them in that level, then we are lowering our standards and we hanging out in their area where they are. That's not the growth area, honey. We have to pull them up. We have to push them up. So I pushed him. I said, nah, go ahead. He called, and when he came back to class, again, big smile. But big smile, I could see he was really proud of him. His father was proud. His father was happy that he called him to read. He said he never done that before. He never called his father to read from him. He's like, I don't think I ever read from my father. Yeah, he spent time with his dad. He learned a lot from his dad. His dad is on him about learning. You know what I mean? His dad will call me. His dad, like, how's he doing in his reading, right? So it's not that they don't have reading. They do. But he's just never read in front of him. He probably, had to read this, and so his father can like tell him, do your work, but not like that. He felt so good. He felt so good. And then I said, all right, good. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep writing. When I come back to you, I'll tell you what to do next. He kept writing because I had a couple of different students in the class doing different things. I came back to him and I said, all right, now I want you to reread that page that you started with. He smiled and he got all ready and stuff. He was so excited to read. Let me tell y'all, I don't care if it's a boy, you know what I mean? A girl, a teenager, a little kid. It doesn't matter. Success feels good, y'all. Success feels good. And we have to push our kids when they want to give up. We have to push our kids when they feel like they're not going to be able to do something. We have to make them work, because the growth that happened while he was working and what he was processing as he was working and what he was learning, what he was figuring out, that was a personal journey between him and him. Because I just had him, when he logged in, get to work, get to work, get to work. You know what I mean? I better see that pencil moving. He looking and writing. You know what I mean? At first, he was like playing around, but after a while, every time I look at him, that pencil was flying, okay? Now, he is self-motivated. When a child reads in front of an audience, we have to flip it. It's kind of like, it's something that we looked at now as a negative, or we putting pressure on our kids, or if the kids won't like it, right? We have to change that view. We have to change that perspective. We have to change it to, Our kids read in front of, we're an audience. We're just like if we're watching them play a piano, you know what I mean? Or they're in dance and they are showing us what they learned in dance class, you know what I mean? Or gymnastics, or or whatever it is. This is an accomplishment. And when we sit there, and I've known this because when I was first teaching, I would sit there and I would look at the students. I would have my students stand in front of the class and read. Okay? Now my students beginning, they didn't read. A lot of them struggled with reading. A lot of them would throw tantrums so they can avoid reading. A lot of them was doing no work, no homework. You know what I mean? I'm saying a lot of them, but really all of them, right? There's a lot of stuff going on in the classroom. So they went from doing all of that and a lot of other behavior problems to, can I go next? Can I go next? Can I go next? Have them stand in front. I did that so that they can, the spotlight is on you, but you have our full attention. We care about your progress. We care about your success. We're excited to hear what you're able to do. And I would just sit there with a big smile on my face and I would watch them. I would look, okay? And that's encouraging for them. And I taught the rest of my students to do the same, okay? So they were watching too and they were paying attention. Nobody better not say nothing. Everybody's looking at your classmate. Show some support, right? But everybody they want that, y'all. They want that. But when he reads from an audience and at the end you say, wow, that you're getting better. Or you ask him questions about what he's reading, right? Instead of just saying that you read that word wrong, go back. And I'm talking about I'm not talking about coaching. Coaching is different, okay? When you're teaching and coaching. But when they read in front of you and you just listen and you let them work through the words, and if they stumble a bit, you just quiet, then let them just read. They love it. And my student, when he was reading, he read so good. I was like, you did that? I said, is there a person under the table that was reading for you? He started laughing. I said, man, you killed it. Good job. You know what I mean? He was laughing. He was just so happy, right? But when I was hearing him read, and he made some mistakes, but very few mistakes. And usually he makes a lot more mistakes. And I heard him stopping himself and correcting his own mistakes as well along the way. Kids need space to do that. So if you're going to be an audience for your child when they're reading, and you have their siblings there too, you have other adults in the room too, right? Other family members. We're going to sit down and we're going to listen to him read, okay? Everybody just let him do it. If he or she messes a word up, just listen and smile and pay attention. You know what I mean? Because that's how they build a confidence to read in front of a group of people. That's how they build a confidence to read in front of the classroom, or in front of you, or in front of the teacher, or in front of friends. If they can read it, and then if they struggle a little bit, they can get through it, make mistakes, fix it as best they can, you know what I mean? And keep going. So I just want to share that with y'all. Have our kids reading. Have them reading all the time. All the time. If our kids struggle and they throw tantrums and do everything to get away from reading, that's because they're not reading enough. Okay? So I know it's not easy. I know it's easier said than done. Those behaviors definitely can get in the way of academic success, progress, reading, reading on grade level. I know, I understand that. And that's why we work on that here. That's why here at the Work Unlimited Growth Institute, we combine behavior coaching with literacy coaching, and also math too. I had to add math too because moms were asking for it. So we do all at the same time, honey. We don't let the behavior get in the way of the academics, and then we never address the behavior. And we don't take care of the behavior, and then our children are still functioning below grade level and struggling, okay? So we do it all here. So I know it's tough. I know it's easier said than done. But start today. Start today to turn your child into a reader. coach them when you sit down with them to work through stuff, right? And then have them, when you see that progress, have them, that's what I did today. The progress is so good, go read to your mom. Call your dad. Let's do this, okay? When you see progress, have them read in front of people. And then have them keep reading again, okay? Let's have our kids, turn our kids into readers, honey, okay? So I hope y'all doing a good job, having a good day. I'm just finishing up right now, and gonna hang out with my family a little bit, and then the girls are gonna go to bed. We spend time with my husband. Me and Jazzy been working on the Thanksgiving list. We already did some shopping. My husband's doing some shopping. I cannot wait. This time of year is my favorite time of the year. Drop a comment below and tell me how you feel about our children reading in front of an audience and what you do to encourage your child to read, okay? Your thoughts we share here, and something that you post other moms might love as well, okay? So thank you so much. Miss Cheryl, thank you so much. Happy early Thanksgiving, like I said before, okay? And thank you for always hanging with me. All right, I love y'all so much. For more information on my tutoring coaching program, go to growthinstitute.mykajabi.com. That's GROWTH, because that's what we focus on here is growth. Institute.mykajabi.com. We have a new student just started, and I cannot wait to begin the journey with him. Y'all, I cannot wait, okay? He's a 6th grader, and it's going to be absolutely lovely. All right, but I'm still accepting new students. We still have room for new students. The youngest is 4 years. You have to be at least you have to be no less than 4 years old. Your child, no less than 4 years old, all the way up into high school. All the way up into high school. It's all customized groups for whatever they need, wherever level they are. I put them in groups where I can target and coach them to get them to the next level. We next level here. That's what we do all day, every day, okay? All right, love y'all. Believe in yourself, believe in your child, honey, and always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.